Hey everyone, I'm back again with another r/relationship advice, and this one is titled, I found out my sister's plan to sleep with my fiance, and my mom is helping her. Please make sure you like the video and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell so you don't miss any of my future videos. Let's get right into it. The whole thing is an absolute nightmare, and I don't know what to do. I have nobody to turn to except my best friends, but I don't think I can. My sister has always been my mother's golden child. She always does everything right. Doesn't matter who ends up being hurt. She is smarter, prettier, skinnier, and more successful than I. Or at least, that's what my mom has always told me. She had the body of a model and hair of Mother Teresa. As I grew up, my sister would always find any excuse to make me feel bad, and my mom took her side in everything. She always said that I overreacted or that I was being an ungrateful little S, because my sister has always been by my side, teaching me how to be the woman I am today. Everything that I had to be shared with my sister, but I couldn't take any of her things. Her room was the biggest and always had the best things, as in cell phones, laptops, or school things. I started to work when I was 15, so I could start to buy my own things and therefore say no. Whenever my sister wanted to take them, this angered my mom, but I have my big angel at home. My dad was my only support. He never accepted how my mother treated us because he knew she wasn't only playing favorites, but she was hurting me. He was an amazing dad with my sister, but she was always around my mom and didn't pay much attention to him. So I became his little partner. We would watch TV together, play, and have the same pets. He stood up for me when they were both being mean. He helped me to buy my first car, and he even got me a personalized plate. Not for use, but for memories. He was my best friend and the only person I trusted until I met my best friends and then my fiance. Sadly, he passed away during my second year in college. Since I was always in a lot of pressure because I always had to prove myself for my mom, when my dad was still alive, they agreed in sending us to the best school options they could find. It didn't matter how much it costed. So while I was there, I started to hang around the rich kids in my high school, just like my sister did. She has never been the best in school, but my mother believes that it's just because her mind is always thinking too much ideas that she can't concentrate. She has a brilliant mind, she's just in the wrong environment. So she ended up having her last high school year while I was in my first. During my friendship hunting, I met Nadia. We clicked together because we both loved arts, animals, and musicals. As time passed by, she made me forget about my mother's expectations, and I just started to be me while I was in college. She then introduced me to her boyfriend Liam, and they became my best friends. I'm an awful romantic person, and I always saw his relationship as something that was never going to happen to me because my mother made me believe it. My sister was perfect, so why would anybody choose me? Although I got to hang out with the rich people, my mom wasn't happy because my sister couldn't do it. It turns out that the people in senior year are not kind to the girl who had to stay a little bit longer. She lost her group because they did graduate, and seeing me around the people that rejected her made her more angry and worse. She would tear my clothes apart, destroy my homework, and make me be late to class so the teachers would see me as an irresponsible person. I tried to talk to my mom and dad, but my mother said that she was just feeling lonely and that I should take her to come to my dates with my friends so they would accept her. She even demanded me to take her when I was going out, or else I had to stay home, but my father never allowed it. Liam will often invite me, and of course Nadia, to parties at his house. His parents were quite party pants and loved to throw parties for no reason. They even threw me a small birthday party once. So this is where I get to meet my now fiance, Alec. He is Liam's older brother, and he studied in another country at the time because he was interested in public relationship as a way to make his father's company better. Alec is with no doubt the best thing that happened to me aside from my dad. He's very strong and doesn't let anyone go past him. He is funny and makes me feel like the best every day we are together. We started to date after I turned 17 because he was always outside our country and knowing each other was something important to me. I had to know this wasn't going to be a guy that wanted to be with me for my sister and truly loved me. When my family met him, my sister went furious again because I got to date the rich, handsome guy. My mother always said it was going to be hers and that I was insulting her and trying to make her feel less. I was honestly so scared because she was yelling, saying horrible things, and being absolutely violent. My dad had to take her and drag her to her room. When I was left alone with my mother, she said that she was so disappointed that I had to do that to my sister, and that I showed her again the spiteful little girl I always had been. I was honestly so heartbroken that I tried to break up with Alec. But after telling him my reasons, he assured me that he was never going to leave me and that as soon as he could, he was going to take me out of that house, which he did. When I turned 18, we moved together and he took care of me while I was studying. I worked to pay things too, but being with someone that loved me was the best thing. Now, when we visited my family to dinners or holidays, Alec and my dad would always make me feel the number one. My mom and my sister always got angry, and my sister even dared to feel offended when my Alec turned her down on her flirtation, but they never even dared to say something in front of him because of his family's position. And after moving, I never got left alone with them. When my father passed, I stopped the visits, and we only went during some holidays for dinners and left. Now, Alec proposed about 2 years ago, but we never really planned a wedding because he has always been busy with his family's business and school. But after Cove and all of what happened, we decided that we wanted to get married in December of the next year. This is something very sensitive for me because without my father, I don't have any close family to plan it with me. My mother and my sister are not a choice. But I decided to give it one last go so we could fix everything and get it over with. When I told them about our decision, my sister only said, "Poof," as if I cared. But my mom was kinda happy and said that she wanted to come and pick the dress with me, if I allowed it. It felt very weird, but as the needy child I always have been, I agreed. We haven't done anything that required going out, but we would often meet with Nadia and my soon-to-be mother-in-law and sister-in-law to decide some things. I guess because the three of them are with us, my sister behaves as the older, loving sis she has never been. But I just let it go because I want peace. After some meeting and watching them be nice to me, I thought that meeting the three of them was a good idea. So last Friday, I went to my mother's house and we started to pick a few things when I excused myself and went to the bathroom. When I came back, I heard them talking, and since I was little, my mother always hated when I interrupted them, so I just waited. How wrong. They were talking about my sister going to my house and talking to Alec about some party they wanted to make me. My mother said that she had to be smart because Alec knew how much she hated me. But after some weeks of treating me well, they were sure I told him how we were bonding and starting to fix everything. I don't want to write everything because it just breaks my heart. But they want my sister and Alec to have drinks to the point he is wasted and they have S, and she plans on getting pregnant and having Al leaving me so she gets what's rightful hers, as in a hot husband, a rich life, and a good position. My sister called me a stupid W for leaving a man like him, which will be mine. I fought so hard to not start crying, and I entered in a rush saying that my mother-in-law texted me saying that she had to talk to me about the cake and that I had to leave. So I took my things and flee. I haven't been able to tell my friends or my fiance about this because I never thought they hated me that much. I believe that yes, my sister was my mother's favorite, but I never thought she would try to hurt me like this. I just asked Alec to never be alone with the both of them, and he asked me why, but I just said that they have a plan to ruin my dress. I know I lied, but I just don't know what to do. They are my family, but I know what they want to do is very wrong. Please help me. And the first advice says, tell your fiance. He deserves to know just how emotionally traumatized you are. He should provide the support to help you cut the sister and mother out of your life. It's quite obvious that they are providing nothing to your life, so I would disinvite them from the wedding, and as tragic as it sounds, no contact for the rest of your life, or until they magically change. Lean on your fiance's family and your friends for support. Thank you guys for watching. Please comment below and let me know if there's any other subreddits you guys would like me to make videos on, and also like the video and please subscribe.